This sound is not an alarm. It's the sound of my fearful, beating heart as I stand still in a battlefield trench that I dug myself with my bare hands the night before. Why me? Why us? Why we as people have not learned through hundreds and thousands of years of history? I saw passers-by, unaware of my predicament, unaware of my pain, unaware of the traumas a teenager has gone through civil war. But nobody saw the boy who was drinking milk and counting the slices of bread so he can extend the days he could live. This is where I started to appreciate the adversity and the role it plays in our ever-evolving purpose in life. One thing we do when we press in snooze is what makes us lose. The Roman poet Virgil called it tempus fugit. Time flies. For those of you who may not know the origin of the word spirit, in Latin spiritus, spirit means breath, courage, vigor, and being a student of life, I came to realize that spirit without matter is emotionless. Just think about it for a second. And matter without spirit is expressionless. But why am I getting you to think about recycling? The reason I'm getting you to think recycling is actually to remind us the pollution that happens in our head, in our mind, in our body, and the kind of pollution we radiate with our human energy field, which I talk a lot about in my multi-award-winning book now called #Loneliness, the virus of the modern age. I realized that every human being has the positives and the negatives. And it was this segregation and separation between ourselves and our different parts of ourselves that takes us into the emotional states that create illness, stops us lead with kind of excellence we are capable of. But also, the worst thing is we create such a stress within ourselves that we radiate it to others. So if we don't recycle those negative thoughts, and if we don't continue to balance any skewed perceptions we have about specific event, or any charge we may have another human being that challenges our values, our beliefs, we end up creating gravitational force. Gravitational force that brings you down. And today we have a choice. And we know we have a choice because we go to events like this. We open up books, we go on YouTube, we can use technology to simply question the truths we've been taught about ourselves, about business, about leadership, about governments. And we're not stupid anymore to think that when somebody says something, we have to believe it. They all face inadequate corporate strategy that needs to lead the new generation and the next generation of conscious millennials. And they all have social responsibility. More and more corporations and leaders around the world have this social responsibility they need to adhere to. And also ethical issues. We only saw recently what happened with Facebook, when millions and billions of people around the world were not aware how their data is being used. And then the value of human capital. This is in every organization, every human being I have helped, they feel unworthy. So, what is the price we pay? This underestimating the importance of human capitals is also what keeps locked the business treasure chest. So I wanted to create a solution. So I wanted to integrate these 30 years of knowledge to serve others, to be able to listen to that inner alarm that aligns their true authentic values and gives birth to new identity in every moment in life. We are the people who creates all of that. So how do we upgrade ourselves? So I consolidated that in those 25 steps for people to find that, first of all, inner peace, balance, focus, trust, success, clarity, guided by the love of their heart. So in general, the main message of the methodology is when you truly acknowledge the wisdom and love, you achieve greater results and you activate the miracles of life, guided by balanced perceptions, clarity of thought, awakened heart, and your ever-evolving vision, mission, and purpose in life. So I would love to invite you to close your eyes for a second. Thank those who challenge us the most. And this is what changed in me when I realized that I should not run away from people who challenge my values and my beliefs, but find a way to serve them, to awaken that innate wisdom and love that connects us all. So I would love to mention the mindfulness that it's important we as leaders to do. And I created this unique statement for mindfulness that is an inner state of present moment awareness in which we wake up from this automatic, mindless response to novelty and we create space for insights. A place where we can mindfully acknowledge our capability of making a new choice, which regulates the flow of our energy and makes change possible with balance and equanimity. So I would love to leave you with those 5 steps you can use every single day to actually increase your energy, your performance, and find work-life balance. Step number 1, acknowledge the adversities of life. Find ways to actually create focused steps and actions of every adversity that you are facing right now and you have faced, to actually acknowledge it in a way that serves both your growth and the things that you need to move yourself away from. Number 2, love the unlovable traits in yourself and in others. Usually we tend to consistently judge, but let any judgments you have be the force that helps you love the parts of yourself you dislike. Number 3, achieve inner state of harmony. When we are at war within ourselves, there's no way we can create the kind of world that we here at eleVate 2018 have a wish for humanity, which is peace. Results are driven by your values. Having studied Romans, Greeks, and the latest psychology tools, I came to understand that our values is the same as the operating system we put in the computers. And this is why one of the greatest blocks that people have when they don't do that. And finally, step number 5, I would love you to remind you guys, you are a miracle of life. You started from a very primitive cell and you're consistently evolving. And that cell had the intelligence that resides in you, in every human being. And finally, elevating leadership is not a choice we must make. It is a destiny we must consciously create. Thank you.